like it literally intertwined. Oh, is this recording me? Hi, I'm Aldyn, the Twin Flame Psychic, and this is your Twin Flame reading for your Twin Flame journey for January, specifically focused on the Divine Masculine and what's going on so that you can get some insight. Perhaps you're the Divine Feminine watching this, perhaps you're the Divine Masculine and want insight into going deeper with yourself and attracting your Twin Flame. So either way, this reading is perfect for you at the perfect time when you're seeing it. And so I'm going to start with cards, and I have some chakra reading cards right here. And so let's just go right into the reading and get an overall sense of what the Divine Masculine is telling the Divine Feminine that she can focus on to really like be her true whole self. I want to say to attract her twin flame, but I know that like that's not all we want and all that we live for, and that you know, some people you know, it's like don't like that, but they're, you know, you're watching this, and so of course like there is that desire to be with your twin flame. So this is maybe like just me saying that let's just see what this card is, and it'll explain more. So creativity, okay? That's so funny. I saw this card in, you know, like my just a quick flash in my vision in my third eye before starting this reading, and I don't know, you know, it's funny how we don't think about like, oh yeah, you might actually pull that card, but there it is, creativity. So sacral chakra, but I think what this card is saying is like, yeah, focus on what makes you feel good, what makes you feel good about intimacy and your creativity and expressing yourself from that more feeling place, and less of the head, even less of your intuition in a way where it's like even more more basic and in a way more essential, because like for instance your sun sign, sometimes that's called like the essence or what you're going after in this lifetime, and you know there's something of course about that, it just in your eternal being too, even though that sign may change and probably does in different lifetimes, but there's something essential that you're going towards with your creativity. And so the Divine Masculine is inviting the Divine Feminine to do this, and he's also like taking his own advice, so to speak. And so when the Divine Feminine does this, she's amplifying his like self-confidence and stability, like mental stability, to go more into his creative side. You know, when you feel more stable mentally, it's easier to explore yourself and not feel like you're going to get caught up in some kind of like depth of fear that you can't handle. Of course, you actually don't need to worry about that. You can always do the mirror exercise, but you know, maybe your Divine Masculine, either you don't believe that they know to do that or whatever. We all get caught up in fear, so you know, you have to find your way out of it, which is just by loving yourself. I mean, fear isn't real, but I'm just saying we've all been there. And one way that you are going to help your union as the Divine Feminine is just by like you going deeper with enjoying your own sacral chakra energy, creative side. And this is really just like then helping the Divine Masculine, but like just kind of by default in a way. And so I think it's nice to remember that all the work that you're putting into yourself for one thing, can be fun, can be enjoyable, can be peaceful, and really it is the work of the day when it is. And when it's not, it might be that you're doing it, you know, from a place that isn't exactly aligned. You have to sometimes find out. But yeah, that work of the day that is from a place of peace, that is the work that clears your way to your union within and gets you to that place within that where you can really harmonize more deeply with yourself, with the divine, with your twin flame, maybe make some cool art or whatever you like to do that is creative. Make a nice cake. Okay, so the next card is going to be for like what's going to help enhance whatever like your New Year's resolutions, like you're, you know, setting your intentions for the new year. You know, well, it starts out in January and suddenly we're in January and it's like, okay, here we are. Are my intentions coming true yet? You know, maybe you get a little impatient or something, or maybe you just like go in another direction. But what's the divine masculine saying to you that, you know, that is going to support you, whether or not you're in direct communication with your divine masculine? This can really support you in like your goals that are really going to propel your twin flame spiritual journey forward. So they may not be the goals that exactly you have in mind. So you again got to go a little deeper with the intention behind those resolutions, if you want to call them that. So meditation, very easy, you know. Meditation is just about, doesn't mean you need to sit like this, you know, right? Sit inside a beautiful teardrop, fiery, circly, glass blown cool thing and chant with the perfect mudra or whatever. But if that is you, that's cool. But it's just like, you know, you can flop out on your couch if you want to, or your yoga mat or whatever. Or maybe you're, of course, paying attention to the road, but you're driving and you're feeling into your feelings too. So, like, you know, yoga, meditation can be a state of being. And also doing the mirror exercise is really great for this as well. Just loving yourself, but not always trying to, like, well, not ever trying to force love upon yourself, but not like, sometimes loving yourself is a little bit more on the passive side, and I think that this meditation card speaks to that, where you're in sort of observing, sort of not attached, but that doesn't mean that you're not like giving yourself love where it's, you know, being called for that, and just accepting, you know, what's going on, doing your best to navigate to whatever thoughts come up, pulling out those thorns that come up, so to speak. And so you know, you always are reaching a new level of mastery too when you're truly like meditating from a place of love. And so that is taking you deeper for January into vibrating with those deeper desires, those deeper goals that you have. And that is very attractive to your twin flame. So that's what he is inviting you to do. So let's now pull a Rumi card to get an idea of, you know, the vibration of romance for this month, because these images are more abstract. So let's see what that feels like. Okay, so this card is actually pretty clear. It's passion for purpose. Okay, and that is number 2. And it's this beautiful magenta color, you know, a little bit of red and some whites, you know, pinks in there, but it's this beautiful magenta color. It's very passionate energy. I feel that it really speaks to Mars finishing up its retrograde cycle as well, because this is very Mars-like. Even though it's, you know, it's a woman and Mars is like the archetype of the divine masculine. Well, but we all have this action-oriented, you know, passion inside of us, and of course we share a purpose with, you know, our twin flame. With your twin flame, you share a purpose with your twin flame, but that doesn't mean that you both do the same thing necessarily. And even if you do mostly the same thing, you're still doing it in your unique ways as an individual, as the divine masculine or the divine feminine. So those things just, you know, they fit together perfectly. They come together as like one bigger of the same thing. It's like, you know, you have one purpose together that is perfect the way it works out, but it looks different for everyone. But there's some passion that you're both going deeper with for that. So this is really a card for both twin flames. And with number 2, you know, it's really like, I feel like what you learned, what you took away from 2022, and really you know, now you get to infuse those lessons into your purpose, and you don't ever need to go back to at least some of those lessons, if not all of them, that you truly learned, that you truly mastered. And the you know, the cycle like continues, but you go deeper, and it's not a cycle of endless, you know, monotony that you're on when you're on your twin flame ascension journey. It's a cycle of ascension. And so sometimes, you know, you feel like you're at a low point, sometimes you feel like you're at a high point. And so, you know, and this looks like a cycle, actually. It's like very circular. And your life purpose can sort of do that as well. And there's also parts of your purpose that fit together. You know, some people are very good with like doing one main thing. Or like me, being a Gemini rising, having a lot of that energy, and other things in my chart that kind of highlight doing multiple things, like sharing about multiple things that I am passionate about, that like not trying to, you know, just do one thing for me is like, for a while, yeah, I can do that, but it's kind of impossible for me to do that. But, you know, you might think that like your purpose, you admire someone else's, what they do, you know, with their life and how attractive that looks. And there might be a piece of that there for you, but know that you have your own unique way of expressing it and balancing whatever it is that you are passionate about, whether it feels like it's mostly one thing or a bunch of things that all fit together. And that your unique way there is a way for it to be received in consciousness. And sometimes, you know, we want to think that it's something really glamorous sometimes, and like, just pay attention to what it really is, you know, because even if it is something really glamorous, there's still going to be the non-glamorous side. And even if it seems like it's something more like humble, there's glamour in some of that as well, you know, in those magic moments. And maybe it's taking you somewhere, you just but you have to really take that journey, and you have to really be honest about where your passion is leading you. And also be practical. You know, we're starting out, as always, in Capricorn season, which I think is good. You know, and also with Mercury in retrograde for January. So this is taking you deeper as well, like with things that you're finishing up too from 2022. and before you need to really fully like move forward with that momentum. And this is, you can just see the colors. It's very heart opening, very expansive, and really helping to ground your union more deeply wherever you're at with it, with your twin flame. And, just for both of you, because remember that you are always on the same wavelength as your twin flame. And I just caught a part of a video of someone doing a sort of a twin flame video from like 6 years ago. And they were talking about how if twin flames are indeed real, it's only 1% of the population. And, they're just being so like confident about what they're sharing, and I'm like, oh my god, and they're like saying, and some psychics say it's up to 3%, and I'm like, imagine like hearing this, imagine if I heard this and like this is what I really thought. So just be aware if you have some thoughts from different places that you've heard about twin flames, about anything, related to harmonious twin flame union that feel like impossible, or just, make you feel almost like bad about wanting to be on your twin flame journey. Only you can choose to be on your twin flame journey, and these things are going to come up. Of course, we're clearing them in consciousness more and more, making it more of a everyday, cool, normal thing to be on your twin flame journey. But you have to realize that within you, that there is a twin flame within you. You are a twin flame, and that that's for everyone. It's not for a special few people. It's not like, I don't know, special few people have pet dragons attached to them. That's like a really weird comparison. I don't know. But like the point is that no, like we're all designed in that way, the same way where we are designed to have that perfect kind of love. We're designed perfectly, like in perfection, in divine perfection. So and everyone has that desire. I mean, it's pretty universal. You can find plenty of proof in this, of what like cells and what people are actually wanting underneath the surface level of what they're wanting when it comes to love and all of that stuff. So let's see, for January, let's also pull, we did chakra cards, we did some really lovely Rumi cards. I really liked that the life purpose card came up for you, as well as the other one. Wait, the other one? Oh, I guess we're pulling one more. I don't know why I thought that I pulled two. But anyways, now I did. So from nothing to everything. Well, there you go. It's really nice too. Very much that same like kind of cycle feeling. Very more abstract. Does have that mountain. Now, if you check out my other reading on predictions for 2023, there's more about, that like idea of the mountain. You can see how that one resonates for you. I have cards for all of the different elements for 2023 too. And so yeah, this is just like very good news. Basically, like when you embrace what you're passionate about, you go from nothing to everything in one way or another. You don't expect anything in particular, but it is safe to always expect miracles in your life in one way or the other, because you are designed to live in that state of miraculousness, of miracles. So that is for you, from nothing to everything. And I just, I don't know, I love the color of this card. Maybe just have a moment there with that. So those are those cards. So yeah, let's pull also a crystal card to kind of tie up this energy. Let's pull the crystal angels and see what comes up here. I'll shuffle these. Okay. So this card is right side up. Control issues. Control issues. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. Well, I think this speaks to like letting Mercury retrograde kind of show you where you need to surrender, because Mercury retrograde can be really good for that. You know, like when you just like can't, you stare at the email or whatever you're trying to write like for 20 minutes or maybe just 2 minutes, but it feels like 20 minutes. And you don't know why you even care, why it's like you're trying, you know, like why can't you just send this email kind of thing. You know, that's very Mercury retrograde kind of energy. But there is a sense there too of control and perfectionism, perhaps, because that is like, you know, shadow side or whatever of Mercury, especially like with the Virgo side, the Virgo, the Mercury that is Virgo. Well, so yeah, Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, but like they're, you know, they're very different like ways of expressing that. See, I'm already, or like we just started Mercury retrograde and I'm like stumbling over a few words, so I will just blame Mercury retrograde. There we go, very convenient. So yeah, Virgo though, they're like that side that is like, you know, over the top is like that perfectionism. Now it's not only of course a Virgo thing, but there is that, and so it's going deeper with surrendering when you feel that kind of sense coming on. That goes for everyone, you know, not just like if you are a Virgo. So yeah, control issues. Remember, and this is partly also reclaiming your power, that like not everything has to be perfect in that kind of sense of that control way that feels bad, you know, like just it's more about that perfection, like doing your best that you can with love. Like, are you writing this email from a place of love, and you know, did you make it like readable? That's more important than choosing all of your words and spending forever and overdoing it usually, right? So you want to go with the most loving approach and the easiest approach. You know, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you feel like you always need to do that with your writing, right? Like that's not it, or with whatever way of communication that you're kind of working with during this time period. So Aqua Aura, here we go. Healthy communication in relationships. Heart-to-heart discussions and clear, assertive communication help you understand, and be understood. So this is just like confirming that, like, it's really, it looks so pretty. All these colors together. Love these cards. So yeah, Aqua Aura is just inviting you again into that heartfelt communication and focusing on that, dropping into your heart space whenever you feel like you're having a control issue. And, you know, knowing that's not even, and it doesn't need to be an issue, right? And that's going to really help you with your twin flame journey too, because, yeah, I mean, this helps you really just tap into your natural confidence and vibrance and beauty, and you know, for both the DM and the DF, and release this, because I mean, even, you know, it's funny because yellow jasper is so beautiful, but this card does kind of have a weird vibe to it, and I mean, I know it's supposed to, but like it's different from a lot of the cards in this deck. And so there's that, like, something you don't want, you know, with the control, and that's why your twin flame might mirror that to you, because they, like, that's just what they do, and you don't want that. It's not healthy for you or for your union. It's blocking your essence. They can't find you in this place where you are controlling, and so don't worry, you can clear it. And hey, maybe, you know, maybe you want some like Aqua Aura to help you, or some other crystal, or color therapy, The most important thing, though, is really to do the spiritual work and see then what kinds of like enhancements you want to add to your life to help you further, amplify the spiritual work that you're doing and reflect that back to you in a nice way. Like lighting a candle and stuff is very beautiful and everything. So that's another nice thing you can do. So I feel like, oh, okay, one more thing. So let's do also these flower essence, what do you call them? Affirmations? Can't remember the word affirmations. Okay. And so let's see an affirmation for your twin flame union. Okay. These cards are like, they're very beautiful. I love them, but they're not really like made for like, they're not made like other tarot or oracle cards. They're harder to shuffle. So anyways, Scotch broom, yellow, lots of personal power energy. So it says, I am tenacious in holding to my life's path. I accept world karma as an opportunity to serve. I have faith in the right working of world evolution. So this is like really ties in nicely to your purpose card, your life purpose, passion for purpose card from the Rumi deck. And, that like, you don't need to worry about this so-called karma. You just like, you naturally click into your places, you clear blocks. And serving is natural, it's not something that should feel bad or make you feel like enslaved or in a state of never-ending poverty or anything like that. It's actually quite the opposite, but you do have to like find your way out of the matrix. And so we all have different journeys for that. And, but embracing and having that faith like this card emphasizes is really crucial for that. And again, personal power, solar plexus, and grounding that, grounding that opportunity that you're given. So like, and that'll really, come forth for you after Mercury goes direct. And that's usually the best time to like move forward. Now, if you feel guided to do that during Mercury retrograde, that is just fine, and some people also have Mercury retrograde in their birth charts and like they feel like it's like the opposite, I've heard. So, you don't need to necessarily go with like the planets in a very like literal sense of what you're supposedly supposed to do and not supposed to do, but you can use different kinds of guidance that resonates for you, whether it does have to do with astrology and then looking at something like Mercury retrograde. And if that is not, just isn't for you, but you're interested in twin flames and spirituality, you just find, your own way of being with God, with the divine, and that really is enough. And then from there, you'll find more ways that you're open to naturally that are, that resonate for you and that fill your cup for your purpose so that you can then share your gift, and share something that's refined from what it is that you enjoy, like receiving and filling your cup with and having your cup filled with by source. So that is everything for this reading for January. It was really lovely hanging out, and have a wonderful start to the new year, and enjoy the end of Capricorn season, the beginning of Aquarius season, and of course happy birthday to you too if you're in that time frame. And So I will see you next time in the next video. You can like, subscribe, share, as always, if you want to, if you feel called to, and check out the resources that are below to support and guide you on your twin flame spiritual journey. Bye.